In the year 2094, when people died, their data lived on. Hollow archives, memory threads, digital afterlives that let the living visit the dead in reconstructed rooms. But Lena's mother left her something older. A file, encrypted, dated 3 years before she passed, labeled simply Chapter 1. And beneath it, a single handwritten note, the only handwritten thing her mother ever left her. Finish it if you can bear to. Lena stared at it for a long time before she opened it. The novel was set in 2041, 53 years before Lena was born, 11 years before her mother was born even, a world her mother had imagined from scratch. It was written in first person. A woman named Vera, 31 years old, an engineer in a city that had just learned it would not survive the century. Lena read the first page and stopped breathing. Vera thought in complete sentences that circled back on themselves before landing. She made small observations about large things. She was afraid of exactly the right things in exactly the wrong order. She was Lena. Or rather, Lena was her. She was reading her mother's mind from 30 years before she existed. She did not put it down for 6 hours. The novel stopped at page 247, mid-sentence. She walked to the window and saw nothing after that. Just a blinking cursor, frozen in time, and a timestamp, 14 March 2064. Lena pulled up the medical records she had never been able to look at before. 14 March 2064, the day of the diagnosis. She checked again, hoping she was wrong. She wasn't. Her mother had kept writing for 2 more months after that. Pages 193 through 247 were written while she already knew. Then she stopped, closed the file, set it aside as if she were simply going to come back to it tomorrow. She never mentioned it. Not once. Lena sat in the dark of her apartment for a very long time, letting that be real. She was not a writer. She had never written anything longer than a technical report. She tried the ending 3 times. The first attempt read like a plot summary. The second sounded borrowed, like she had read too many novels and was imitating all of them at once. The third was closer, but it wasn't right. It wasn't her mother. She deleted all 3, sat back, and then did something she had not done in the months since her mother died. She stopped trying to do it correctly and started doing it honestly. She wrote like her mother's daughter, not like a writer finishing someone else's novel. Like a child who had been listening her whole life and only now understood what she had heard. The words came, slowly at first, then all at once. Page 248 began at 2 a.m. on a Tuesday in November. Page 311 ended at sunrise. The novel was published 14 months later. Between Two Skies. 2 names on the cover. Clara Voss, and beneath it, Lena Voss. Reviewers called it unlike anything written in this century. Some said it read as if 2 people who thought identically had taken turns holding the pen. They had no idea how precisely right that was. At the launch, someone asked Lena what it was like to finish her mother's book. She thought about it for longer than the interviewer expected. Then she said, "I didn't finish her book. I read it so carefully that I finally met her. And then I wrote the ending she already knew I would write." Here is what their story means. The people we love leave more of themselves behind than we know how to look for. Sometimes the greatest gift we can give them back is the courage to finish what they started.